Back-to-back Mid-American Conference regular season champs, an appearance in the round of 16 in the WNIT, and the program's first ever wins in a postseason tournament. Ohio women's basketball had a lot of success last season, and I know they're hungry to get into this season and finally take that success and get to the national stage in the NCAA tournament. Hi there, my name is Hromada for BobcatTV, and I'm joined by head coach Bob Boldon. And Coach, can you believe already that we're already talking about basketball?
Crazy, isn't it? Still warm outside.
It is, yeah. It doesn't feel like fall yet.
Not quite yet.
But Coach, with the WNIT and the amount of success you guys had in that postseason tournament, what do you think that your girls in your program took away from that tournament and that experience?
Yeah, it was such a wonderful experience, and I think it just encouraged us to continue to work. And I thought they did a great job of dealing with the disappointment of not making the NCAA tournament and making the most out of a very well-run WNIT tournament. Played some very good basketball teams, and got our seniors a few more games, and got our young kids a little bit more experience against what I thought were three very good opponents.
You mentioned your seniors. You lost three of them: Mariah Harris, Lexi Baldwin, and Kiana Black. Two of them, Lexi and Kiana, were starters, and Kiana was one of the greatest to ever wear Ohio women's basketball jersey. How are you looking to replace what they gave you guys on the field or on the court coming into this season?
Well, it's been quite a challenge thus far. I mean, both of them were a big part of what we've done over the last 2 years. They both started the last two seasons for us. And Mariah brought something to the table that was unique. She had a very unique personality and brought a lot of energy to what we did. So filling that void has been kind of a challenge, and it's created new openings and new opportunities for players. And it's still kind of early to say who's doing what, but I'm anxious to see. I think we have several players with the ability to do so, and I'm anxious to see how that kind of plays out.
You mentioned some of those players too. Can you name some names? Who would be the impact players coming into this season?
Well, I think Kiki, obviously, given her body of work to date, is one of the better players in our conference, and I think she looks as good as she's ever looked. Jasmine has really improved her game. She looks the most comfortable she's ever looked at this time of the season within the framework of the offense. Monty's coming back after playing a full year as a starting point guard, and that's comfortable to have your starting point guard back. And as you mentioned, then KB and Lexi left some voids, and I think we have a handful of players that are really trying to make their way into that spot and to potential backup spots and things of that sort, and just really anxious to see how that's going to play out.
I know there are two new freshmen coming in too. What do they bring to the table for your team this season?
Our freshmen have been spectacular. They've got a lot of energy. They have an interest in learning, and they've picked things up at a very good rate. I mean, they're still freshmen, and they still have some ups and downs and some bumps in the road, but they've been a lot of fun to work with, and excited to see what they can do.
I know you guys missed the NCAA tournament last year. That was your main goal, and the pain that you guys must have felt too was very high. Do you think, though, what you guys felt last year after you guys missed that, coming into this season, it's going to be a lot of motivation for your team to really try to get back to that spot?
Well, I think with the players that have been through that, they realize how important every game is and how important preparation is. And you can't afford a bad loss on your resume when you're a mid-major team, and that's just the bottom line. And you have to get a couple big wins. And I think our schedule affords us that opportunity. I think there's some very good teams. This is the best schedule we've ever played since I've been here. So I think we've given ourselves the opportunity to play good teams. Now we have to beat the good teams, but it's something to certainly look forward to.
What kind of teams are you looking forward to playing against this year? You got a lot. You got a pretty stacked schedule.
Yeah, I mean, I look forward to the first one. I think as you go through the schedule, you see some familiar names, and you see 7 of the 11 teams have been to the postseason last year, so there's a lot of success there. But to me, it's about us getting ready to play High Point. That's our first game. It's a road game. Obviously, they're opening their season up with a home game, and that's pretty exciting. So we're going to get a great effort from a pretty good team. I think that's probably where my interest level begins and ends.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for sitting down with me. First of many sit-downs for the season.
I hope so.
All right, so Ohio women's basketball opens up exhibition play November 5th. They will host Thomas More. It'll be a morning matchup as well. And, of course, November 13th, Ohio women's basketball opens up against High Point on the road. We'll have all the coverage for you this season on AM 1340 WOEB. For Bob Bold, my name's Hromada. This is Bobcat TV.